What up, my friends? Another episode, Brodie Nero TV. Let's get it rocking. Before we get started, please like, comment, subscribe. Comment on your favorite part. Give me some feedback. We're growing this thing. We're blowing this thing up. Let's build a strong community. Man, he's only in town for like 48 hours, but we snagged him up. Eran, what's up, my boy?
How's it going?
Man, super good. Glad we got to do this.
I'm excited. I love the island. I'm first time.
Oh, yeah, it's your first time here.
So far, the energy, I believe in energy. And It's great. It's really great. And I had a great show here last night.
I heard.
Too bad the flight is in a few hours, so cannot stay.
Yeah, man, it's such a common thing. I speak about it a lot in the podcast. It seems that everybody, performer or not, when they come to Bali, they feel something that wants to keep them here, and they don't want to leave right away.
It's definitely, I'm feeling it.
Cool.
I was about to change the flight, but I can't. My schedule won't let me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're already speaking about next year. Get you back here, do some cool stuff, work on some music.
Yes, I definitely want to come a few times a year to build bigger audience here. I believe in that. When you perform in a place more than one time, that's how you grow the audience.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we touch on it a lot when the guests come here. The music scene here in Bali is really evolving quickly. So
I see that.
Yeah,
everybody's coming.
Yeah. For sure.
I see that.
For sure. No doubt. So, Eran Hersh, you're here, man. Dude, I usually leave this at the end, but I wanted to put it at the beginning, and it was to acknowledge you, man. I want to first and foremost start off acknowledging how hard I see you working, man. I mean, it's clear online. You're traveling a lot. You're putting a lot of work in. You're taking care of yourself, family, building and helping people in the industry. You're working hard, dude. So I wanted to salute you on that.
Yeah, so I believe in consistency.
Yeah.
And I don't like to say goals. I'll say visions. So I have visions. Working hard is a part of, I grew up with a dad that always taught us to work hard, put our energy into work, don't be lazy.
Yeah.
So I believe in that. So for me, if I have to get on a plane, I get on the plane.
Yeah.
If I have to wake up early, I'll wake up early. If I have to sleep on the plane, I'll sleep on the plane.
Yeah.
Because I have a mission, I have a vision. And that's how... my life is all about, always follow your visions. And yes, taking care of family, always. Family is number one. I work hard for the family.
No doubt, the motivation.
Friends, of course. And I believe give and you'll get back a lot more. So always help everybody. Always try to be cool with everybody. I never say no to anyone. I don't think you can ask people in the industry if I ever said no. If I cannot do it, of course, I'll say no. Mm-hmm. But if it's something you ask me, Eran, can you do this or that? Yeah, why not?
Wow.
I'm not one of these kinds that, I would not get you booked there because I'm playing. I don't go there. You need a contact. Here's the contact.
For sure.
That's who I am.
Well, it looks like the law of karma is working in your favor because your success is undeniable at this point. You got some serious momentum. Speaking about hard work and traveling and everything, I feel like people fantasize about traveling the world, being in the limelight, performing all that stuff. And from an optic standpoint, it looks great. But obviously the physical wear and tear, the exhaustion, it's not easy at a lot of times. So I was curious, how are you managing it all right now? Because it's just nonstop for you since I've been following your journey the last few years.
So, yeah, everybody thinks it's all like shining and it's fun. And this guy is in another hotel, getting the crowd. He's having the time of his life. Yes, I do, of course. When I'm in the DJ booth, this is the where my safety zone, I call it. I'm in the DJ booth. I give my energy out to everybody, try to get everybody to dance and make them happy and take them on a journey because this is what I do. Mm-hmm. But the stuff around it, that's what people don't see. It's to wake up early, like I said, wait in line in the airport, get on another flight, travel around the world, another security, another customs, another border, try to explain who you are, what you do. Again, meet new people that you never met. Like, you have to trust everybody because you cannot just go to places and not trust people because then you cannot do that job. And you're tired. And me, I have a problem with food. So me and food are not friends. So it's so hard for me to get food. I don't eat vegetables.
Oh, no way.
At all.
Zero.
Like zero. If it touches my food, I would not eat it.
No way.
And most of the time, chefs, they don't want to. It's like somebody tell you change the music.
Yeah.
You tell them change the food. So I get screwed. So I got to figure out where to go.
So how do you manage all this, bro?
I try to go to places that do modify the food.
Okay.
And before I go in, I ask, hey guys, can I please get my chicken and rice and no vegetables.
Exclusively.
Yeah. Pasta, white sauce, no vegetables.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the hard part for me. It's the food.
Okay,
so
got it.
On the road, it's very hard for me with food. But again, I do it.
Yeah.
I adapt.
Yeah. And you're alive and you're here with us. So somehow it's working out. Yeah. Thank God.
I try to keep a healthy lifestyle. I only drink. I don't do nothing else.
Oh, yeah?
Zero. Never in my life. Never smoked. Never tried a shisha.
Wow.
And I started drinking in a very later. It was 28.
Yeah.
When I first drank, 27.
And just tried it a couple times or one time?
No, I was heartbroken. My dad gave me the first shot. He was like, no, you got to drink, man.
Medicate.
I was a kid. I was like, okay, let's do it.
Wow.
He had to carry me out after, but yeah.
Man, it's always refreshing to hear this because I've spoke about it a few times on the show. Like, I feel like the whole concept of not drinking is becoming more and more, I guess, prominent in the scene. Like, more talent are coming forward saying they're either like cold turkey not doing it. I noticed a lot of talent from South Africa don't drink at all.
Yeah.
Or it gets to the point where they've just
I mean,
done
I don't drink.
much.
I don't drink to black out. Obviously, I drink. I have a few drinks. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm in control. If I'm not in control, then I'll stop drinking. I'll know right away.
Okay,
if I
got
feel
it.
buzzed, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I try to be moderate with it. I don't drink every day. Definitely when I'm not touring. Of course, you have those 3-4 days a week where a month where you have 4 shows in the same week.
Yeah.
So obviously I drink. So one show I drink less. One drink like
Got it.
Moderate. So
super in control
like
though.
Control. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too crazy. And if I'm not working, you're never gonna see me out.
Wow.
Very rare to see me in a club or.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm kind of the same way. It's like if I'm not working, I'm not out. I mean, it's sort of it can be tough because I feel like this scene, this industry is really based off socializing and connections. But for me, I noticed once I had an opportunity here in Bali where I felt like I laid all the groundwork here in the foundation, and I didn't have to be out as much. I'm not, bro, because it's like it becomes excessive. It's exhausting.
It will worn you out eventually if you go out and DJ and do all this nightlife thing.
Yeah,
you got to focus. And if you want to be the best at shows, you got to make sure that day, good energy. If somebody's a downer, I don't talk to them that day.
Right.
I try not to.
Yeah.
I try not to talk to negative people on the days of shows.
Yeah.
Literally, I don't answer my phone.
Energy.
I'm not ignoring. I just busy.
Yeah. You're managing your energy.
I need my energy, man.
Yeah.
Because if I have like something, it can affect the show.
Yeah, it's good, man. Well, when
I put a lot of energy in the show, so.
Yeah, and when you're operating on this level, man, like you don't want anything throwing you off or,
So it happened a few times before, and I decided last year that I cannot do it anymore because days of shows, I take it personal. I have a big heart. I care about everybody.
Yeah.
And let's say you have a problem with me and you tell me this is the day of the show, then I think about it too much, affects the show. So I try not to.
Gotcha.
Avoid the problems days of shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best advice also for everybody else.
I was going to say, man, you're giving some gems right now.
Avoid negativity the same days of shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I like it, man. Dude, I want to talk about a powerful statement. You might not realize it, but it was something over WhatsApp yesterday. And it was after you sent me your press kit for me to review getting prepared for the show. And you said something to the effect of, we are always prepared. And it stuck with me. I want you to talk about the significance of that statement and maybe elaborate on how much depth it has, because it wasn't just about being prepared to send a press kit. It was about, in my mind, at least how I took it, was about being prepared for a performance, prepared for a meeting, prepared to travel. Talk about how important it is to operate prepared on this level that you're on right now.
So I always take everything very serious.
Yeah.
Very professional. Music, production, shows, podcast mixes. I have my own radio show in Miami every night at 8 p.m. It's called Detox at 93.5 FM.
Detox.
I send mixes all the time, man, and it's got to be the highest level.
Yeah.
So I take everything very serious. When it comes to work, like I said in the beginning, work comes first.
Wow.
So you have to take it very serious, because if you take it just as a party, as fun, and as that, and I like to be prepared. So we're on time because I'm always late. Number one. Number two is that we know what we're doing here. And it's important because you just don't want to have somebody and come here and just, of course, you're going to have a conversation, but you want to give a message. You want to to let everybody, we're here to give a message, right? To show them about my life, about your life, about how's the music industry evolving, how is touring life. So I like to be prepared. That's one of the main reason I think that my life is going somewhere is because I'm always ready.
Wow.
Ready for the next thing. I'm preparing myself for the next thing.
Yeah.
I'm always prepared. Like I'm thinking in my head 10 times before I do something.
I love that, man. Stay ahead.
Yeah.
Keep prepared, because obviously life's not a smooth path. Anything can happen at any time. And what's out of your control is out of your control. But they say, what's the quote? Life favors the prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to be prepared.
Nice.
You know, I have a flight. I'm prepared mentally, mindly that I have the flight. It's going to be 27 hours, 2 stops. I'm prepared.
Yeah.
So I don't get there and I'm like, why am I here?
No
what
doubt.
am I doing here?
Yes.
Why am I on this plane?
For sure. Stay ready. You don't got to get ready. Nice, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, again, talking about professionalism, anytime we've had to interact or work together in some capacity, you've always referred me to a manager. You've had to always check with a manager about something. I'm noticing in the industry, there's people that have both manager, booking agent. Some have one or the other. Some don't have any at all. What are some of the benefits that you notice at this stage in the game for you of how important it is to have either or both?
So you don't forget anything.
Right.
So that's the number one.
Got it.
I used to forget, you know, you get so much things going on, so much countries, so much time zones. Like, I don't have a jet lag. He ran away. He's like, I'm not dealing with you. I'm done with you.
Right.
Eran Hersh, bye.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you.
Yeah.
But it's good to have a good and strong team. It's very important to have a manager. Booking, I mean, I have I have the whole team, the whole 9 yards. We have a manager, we have a marketing team. I actually just signed with new management with Mind of a Genius.
Wow,
and
congrats.
They're great.
You happy?
Very happy.
Nice.
They're involved in everything, so it's good. And manager, let's start there. They got to push you. They got to make sure that you're the star. You're their one. Like, that's what you have a manager for. Yep. Yes, of course he's managing you, but he needs to manage you in the right direction. So you need a really good one, because if you don't have the good one, then you're going to get lost, and then you're going to try to find another one. And then I hear a lot of people in the business complaining about their managers because they're not doing enough. So you got to, before you find a manager, before you even get yourself a manager, you got to make sure that the guy is ready to take you and take you to the next level. Because what's the point of having one? Just for you to send somebody a message, hey, talk to my manager? So right. That's something that I always didn't understand. And people come to me and tell me, how do I find a manager? Well, manager will find you when you're ready.
Ooh, I like that.
They literally will find you when you're ready. Unless you have a friend that is ready to put all his life into you. And I was lucky because I have Sergi. He's a good friend of mine from Zamna, and he's still a part of my team.
I know Sergi.
Yeah,
cool.
And Sergi took it to the next level. And now we got a bigger agency management to go to the next level. Wow. As far as booking agent, we work with few of them. Yeah. I'm not exclusive with anyone.
Yeah.
And also, you need to have a really good booking agents. But before all that, before all this thing of management and booking agents, you got to put out good music. You got to be a good performer. You got to give something to the people.
Got it.
Before all that, you got to be ready. So work hard, push. If this song didn't work, get another song. I believe in release. Some people don't agree with me, but you know why? Some of my records I don't like. I made them. They're ready. I didn't like them, but my manager liked them. My brother liked it. The fans liked it. Put it out. Don't be afraid, because you never know when it's going to be the next hit. I'll tell you a story. Ale Ale.
Yes.
Before Ale Ale, I was doing a bit of different Afro House, more organic, a little bit more melodic. Ale Ale happened. At the beginning, I wasn't sure about it. My brother heard it, Darman. He was like, wow, that's a great record. Send it to Calusa. We sent it to Malone and Calusa to Hurry Up Slowly, and they loved it. Me, I wasn't sure about it. I played it, and the first time I played it, I was like, I'm not sure. But they kept pushing, and they're like, no, this is a good record. Now it's history. Ale Ale is one of my biggest record.
I wanted to talk about it. Yeah.
One of my top 5 records.
Wow. Do you think that record, like, why did it make the impact that it did in your career? Is it just kind of random and by fluke, or was it the timing of the year or the vibe itself, or a combination of everying? Or why do you think it made the mark it did for you?
It was during COVID. I was a bit upset. I don't like to say depressed because I'm not depressed. I'm a happy person.
Yeah.
And I try to keep good energy, like I said. I made it through that time where I was a little bit upset. There was no work. We were stuck at home. We were doing live streams, stuff like that. And it was a story. It was like, pick up, like, ale, like, pick up. And when I heard the vocal, I was like, okay, let's make it more Middle Eastern and tribally. And I was trying so much and ended up being a tribal Afro, I guess, that changed the industry in some way. Because after that, you could have heard a lot of people moving from the African Afro-ish to that kind of sound, more tribally, more bouncy, like more energetic. More ethnic, more that Middle Eastern sound. And you hear it more and more now. So that's...
wow.
So put records out. You never know which one is the one.
Right. And I guess the other takeaway there too is that just because you don't like a record yourself, it's probably wise to share it with your team and the people that you trust around you, because they could give you some fresh perspective.
Yeah. Like I said, I believe if the record is ready, put it out. Right. If it's your style, of course, it's your record, put it out. Right. I'm not saying make your genre now is Afro House and now you made a techno song, put it out. No. It's Afro House and it's your song. Put it out. You'll never know.
Question, if I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, because I know so many people, and you probably do too, that are so hypercritical of their own music that they don't put anything out. But we're living in a time where it's like, dude, it's about speed and frequency, of course, quality, but almost like speed and frequency and consistency more than anything. And say someone is just starting out or they don't have a team yet and they have a record that they feel is like of good quality, but maybe they're not super crazy about it, but they still feel it's like on an industry standard level, quote unquote. Do you think it's important just to keep putting the product out? Yeah?
Put it out.
Okay.
I used to be... 2016, 17, it was very hard years for me because I was like in between changing styles, and over there it kind of changed everything about me because I wasn't putting records out. I know, by the way, I know a lot of guys that don't put record outs. Some of them are very close to me.
Yeah, it's a damn shame,
and I always tell them put record output, and they're not. It's a producer thing, and I get it because I've been there. The sound, like it's got to be the best and all that. And once you pass that, I would call it the bridge, because it's a bridge, because you got to go on a long run to get to pass that. Once you pass that, you'll see that it's much easier, and then you realize actually this record is good, this record is great. And I believe in that. And now, now I see the industry, and I released a lot of records this year, a lot of collaboration with a lot of good friends. And I'm not scared. I did it. Some people put 8 records, I did 20, and if you look at them, they were all amazing. They were all supported. They were different, unique Afro, because it was collaboration with other guys. And each one brought their sound. And it worked out pretty well for me. So why not to release?
Right.
So release.
That's it. Stay
Put
active.
It out.
Yeah, man. It's like these social media times and the industry too. It's like there's just so much volume right now that it's like if you don't stay active,
you got to stay active. You got to stay relevant. And I feel like now, definitely now, the music industry, there's like 30,000 tracks releasing a week. So I get it's a lot, but you need to stand out in a way. So if you put good records out, doesn't matter if you don't like it. You like I said, you might not like your record, but if it's quality record, put it out.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Because like I said, you never know who's gonna like it.
Exactly.
And then that's it. They might be viral just from one video, one DJ playing it.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about these, like, one of the things that excite me about social media content creation, releasing music, for example, is like you don't know what's going to hit. You have no idea when your time could pop overnight. Somebody shares it, a celebrity picks it up, some TikToker likes it and makes a dance to it.
Completely. Like, I see the way TikTok, the way that's it. It's changing. I've seen old school DJs. I'm an old school DJ, man. 25 years in the industry. I'm 40 years old.
Wow.
I've seen DJ complaining about old school, how they used to do it. Instead of complaining how I used to do it, let's do what's now. I used to do cassettes with a pen, like this. Let's think about what's next, what's now, what's the next thing.
Yeah.
Don't complain about how it used to be, because everything changed. Because today a kid with one video can be a superstar. Good for him. He deserves it because he did something. Right. So do something.
Yeah.
I believe in when you do, you get. And everybody deserves a chance.
Absolutely.
So that's the way it is. I think for now, release, be active, put videos. That's how the industry, and that's where it's going.
Yeah, agree. I mean, it's not like you have to go knocking on record labels' doors anymore. I mean, you could go viral on social media and
you can have your own record label the next day and just release on your own record label.
Yeah.
It's so easy now. And I think it's benefiting everybody too. It doesn't matter if there's 30,000 tracks. There's millions of people that are listening to music.
Yeah, it's true.
So, of course, you build your audience. You get to a point where you get more audience, and then people hear it, and this guy heard it, and he's going to tell the other guy, and you play in this club with 10 people are going to follow you. Look, I started in empty rooms in Miami as a local DJ. Wow. Even now in my career, sometimes it happens where the party is not full. I'm not upset about it. I'm doing the best for the people that are there, even if it's 30 people. You'll see me performing like I'm in front of 10,000 people because I grew in that bars, restaurants, struggling artists for small money, for 5 to 10 hour sets just to make everybody happy.
Wow.
Starting in 4 p.m. till 4 a.m. Just to make a couple of bucks, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it. It's got to be everything, all or nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I really admire that mindset, bro, especially with all the years you have behind you and experience, because I feel like sometimes it's like the OGs that are like, these guys don't know anything with the sync button and blah, 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 complaining about it. But you come from that era and you're still happy with the evolution of the scene. Like, why complain? Just embrace and move forward.
Yeah, it's future, you know, everything is more futuristic. It's like, it's evolving. It's going somewhere. And the guys that complaining about it, so they don't know how to use Instagram, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Or they don't know how to use TikTok. Like, I'm trying to understand why they're complaining. I've seen, I don't want to mention any names, obviously. I respect everybody and
sure.
Wait for them. But I've seen lately a lot of old school or new, even some newcomers are talking so much about, yeah, it's not the same, it's not the same. Of course it's not the same. The world is not the same. Cars are not the same. Soon you're going to have flying cars. So you're going to say, oh, this car is not good enough.
I miss driving on the ground. Yeah,
You just got to go with it, man.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
That's it. Life. We're evolving. Yeah. Cool, man. Coming back to some of these massive releases you've had, let's talk about probably the biggest release of your career, Sorry, featuring Madonna. I'd like to say that, if I'm not mistaken, I can almost remember the Instagram story post where you had broke 1 million Spotify listeners, which is huge, man.
I was so excited.
Dude, what was that feeling in that moment when you hit that 1 million?
It was like, you know, when you have this rock and it drops from the heart, like you're like finally I got it.
Yeah.
And because it was a lot of work, many years that I couldn't pass that 1 million streams, and it took so much time.
Wow.
And that happened so quick. It was a matter of like a week, I think. It was 1 week.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was 1
week.
From
the release with her?
From the release, it was the first week was a 1 million already.
Wow.
It was, I think now it's a year and a half later, almost 2 years, we're up to 40 million.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, it's the recent
So when I saw, we all freaked out. When we saw that 1 million changing, it's like New Year's Eve, bam, 1 million,
yeah.
It's like jumping, going crazy.
Wow.
Having like goosebumps. Like, I'm like, I knew it. I knew this is it.
Yeah.
And the story behind this record is actually insane.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear right now.
we have time.
Yeah. So to give context, everyone listening, Sorry's your record with Blondish, your brother Darman. It was out about a year and a half ago, as you just mentioned. Yeah, please tell us the origin story of this record.
Wow. So the story behind it is, this is the real story. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to talk about the real story behind it, because people know the story after that, but they don't know the real story behind it.
Let's get it.
2021, New Year's Eve, turning into 2022. I saw Blondish playing a set in I think it was Antarctica or somewhere with a boat. Like, it was during COVID, by the way.
Okay.
And she played Ale Ale in that one, and then she played also Somebody to Love by Seb Jack.
Cool.
Don't you want somebody to love? And Fallberg, that was the one.
Yeah.
And I heard it, and I was like, wow. Who did that? And I'm friends with Seb Jack. He's a good friend of mine. Mm. And when I heard it, to figure out it was him, I ended up calling him, and I'm like, yo, bro, it's New Year's Eve. I want to play it in the biggest club. I'm playing out. And that was right also before Ale Ale was released. I gave him Ale Ale. He had it. And he's like, no, I cannot. Only Blondish wants it. Like, she's the only one playing it. And I'm like, yeah, but do it, but I'm your boy. Like, he's like, no. I was upset. I was like, why? Yeah. He's like, I cannot do it. I'm like, okay. I think I still have the message. He said, I know, bro. Only Blondish. And I was like, no, man. I was supposed to meet some friends that day. It was like 11 in the morning. I'm getting up, going down to a coffee shop to get my coffee. I was touring. And then I'm sitting in the coffee shop and I hear the song, I don't want to hear, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
And, you know, I grew up on Michael Jackson, Madonna, you know, old school 80s, stuff like that.
Of course, and parents playing them.
And I hear that song and I'm having my coffee and I'm jamming and I'm like, you know me, I have the energy. In my head, I'm thinking, I can't believe he told me no. And I'm preparing set. I'm in my head. I have New Year's Eve preparing the set. My friend called me, goes, where are you? I'm like, finishing my coffee. No, get here now. You said you're going to be here. And I'm always late. You're going to be here. I jump in the cab. It's like 30 minutes drive. Again, I hear the song in the radio. I don't want to hear. Now in my brain, it's starting to get like, something is there.
Yeah.
So I get there. I meet with him. We sit down. We're talking. Then again, the song comes. That's it. That was it. When I heard it for the third time, I froze. He can tell you the story. He still telling me, he's like, I remember the way you left. I literally told him I gotta go. I got up, I left, get to the room, looking for that Madonna vocal. In my head right now is thinking, subject pitch down, that's Somebody to Love. Madonna gonna sound pitch down, can be also cool.
Yeah.
I'm now all excited about it. And he definitely, subject definitely got me on the mood of like inspired by him because I was super inspired by this record. Yeah. And I sat down in my room, in the hotel room, and I start messing around with the vocals. And I noticed that it's working really well. And I'm like, I put the kick. By the way, I use Vengeance, like, which is an EDM plugin, like for
Vengeance.
Like,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And I put the kick, and then the crazy part behind this that not a lot of people know is that in Ableton, the beat match, tick, 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 it's in the song. I re-recorded it back to the song.
No way. Did you pitch it or something? Because I can't.
No, it's there, not pitched. Like it's in the, obviously it's in the key.
Yeah.
But it's in there. I recorded it to the iPad, recorded back, and I made the track in about 5 hours, 6 hours.
Wow.
It was ready. I played it the same night.
Cool.
And when I played it, I saw the reaction with the crowd, and I noticed I have a big hit. I was like, I have a hit.
Yeah.
That's a hit record. Now, a couple months down the road, I've been playing it, and then I get a phone call from Blondish. She heard the version, and she's like, what do you want to do with it? I was like, I don't know, like it's Madonna vocal on it. And she goes, let's meet. Let's talk about it. Let's meet.
Yeah.
So we ended up meeting at Pura Vida, her, and my brother. And we're like, hey, you have this Madonna idea. Let's open the laptop. We open the laptop. And over there we start arranging and creating the record and making it happen.
Wow.
At first it was supposed just to be the three of us. We never thought anything big can happen. I thought we're just going to have to re-record it, put it as a cover. We're thinking Abracadabra. And Blondie started playing it, and everybody, the reaction was amazing. Every time she was playing it, she was like, yo, this is so cool. You know, and she's cool. She's like always with a good energy too.
Yeah.
And then I think it was 2 months later, they texted us or called us and they said, Madonna is going to be on the record. I told them they're crazy. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what you guys are on, but it's not happening. And then they ended up speaking to her team, to her manager with Insomniac Records, Blondish management. They're great. Tyler, great guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe Weissman and Aaron from Insomniac. Everybody was on board, and it happened that way. It was, I think, Diplo who got the connection to Madonna through Blondish, and she heard the record and she was like, wow, let's do it. Now, something else that it's a bit freaky is that, I don't know why, 6 months before everything, when I was playing the record, in my head, I had this vision about Madonna is doing a tour again. And I said it to a few friends, and I actually have it in messages too. I'm like, I have a feeling Madonna going to do a tour. That's why I did that record. Like, as a joke, as a like, they asked me why did I do that record. And then when she announced the tour, I was freaked out. I was like, oh my God, she's doing a tour and this one is getting released. Like, this is not happening.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And the rest is history. It was one of the biggest records. Still, everybody playing it. I get videos every weekend.
For sure. Did you actually meet Madonna yet?
No, I never met Madonna.
No, but I saw you guys
I think
had like
Blondish did. Blondish opened for her. She did opening for her. Yeah, that was also huge.
Huge, man.
Yeah, she opened for her in one of the concerts.
Wow. I saw some like, oh man, it's going back a bit, but like a cool, it was like a funny like Instagram
TikTok.
story. Yeah. Okay.
It was
like
my
you,
brother's
your
idea.
bro.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
Darman's. He was like, "Yeah, I have this Madonna. We ripped it out of her TikTok where she's throwing an underwear into the garbage. If I miss it, that." Yeah. And then my brother, let's do it like that. We're in the studio, and then that video was also, it went viral. It was quite funny. Like she throwing the underwear on my brother. We both in the studio like.
What type of, I'm super curious, I always ask this question when I know somebody has a big record, what type of things changed after that release? Was it like the phone going crazy, a lot of emails, more offers, more opportunities? Like, I'm just curious what happens. Come on.
No, we still worked hard. Wow. We still pushed. Yeah. We still tried to do the plan. Of course, you have a big record now, but that doesn't mean you're going to get booked. You still have to be a performer. You still have to give something to the table. Yeah. Remember, we did this with Blondie. Blondie, she's a superstar. Yeah. So she gets most of the credit. She gets more than we get. So for us, it was a very hard work. We had to do more blogs, more interviews to push the record, to explain that we are also part of the record.
Got it. Well, that's good.
So it took some time, and we did at first like release parties to show people that we were involved with the record.
Wow, so that's cool to hear and motivating, because it's like I feel like some people would do a collaboration of that magnitude and be like, I'm good now, I can chill. But you guys actually went into overdrive.
You never chill.
Wow.
Even if it was just me and Madonna, I would never stop.
Wow.
You want to get to somewhere, you want to do something. And again, I want to make people dance, people happy. I want to share my music around the world. I want people to listen to my music. It's a message, every track has a different message, and that's a part of it. And if you think that you're going to do one record and that's it, some people, it works for them. It doesn't work for me. I don't see myself sitting down just, okay, now I have a big hit. Let's write that big hit. No, I want to put more music out. I want something new. I want the next thing. And I'm not patient when it comes to that. I just want more and more.
Yeah. It's a great mindset. And you can see how it's bearing fruit because you're just always in motion. So more things are opening up.
Feelings.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing, bro. Speaking of big names, we're not stopping at Madonna. Swedish House Mafia, the big names continue to roll. You cooked up and released a remix for them. It's got a really nice Alicia Keys vocal on it, smooth chord progression, the drums are super groovy, overall great tune. I actually ended up getting a copy myself on Beatport because that's how I roll with friends. Of course, when they send me exclusives, I take them, but I know the importance of supporting on Beatport, so I always try to do that for the homies and even people that I just love their music. How did that collaboration come about?
Wow. So this one, I got a video last year of Swedish House Mafia playing Kings of Tomorrow original finally. And then later on, I realized it was Alicia Keys that they did it with. And I was like, wow, this is genius. This is so good. This is like, they reworked the original. Some people disagree with me, but I think it's better than the original because I love Alicia Keys.
Yeah,
I just love her voice. So, and I respect the original one too because I love her voice too. But for me, Alicia Keys is Alicia Keys. I grew up listening to her music, and some people disagree with me, and I got some blacklash when I said that. Like, you crazy? I'm like, no. She's one of my favorite singers. And I heard the original one, and I was like, wow, this is good. Of course, it's not my style of music, but it's Swedish House Mafia, which I'm super fan since day one. Yes. Always love what they did and always play their music in early years. Still listening to their music. I met Steve Angelo before and Sebastian and Axwell, super nice guys. I actually met Axwell one time in the street in Miami. We took pictures, if he remembers. Before my career started to, when I was playing residency, I think in Mansion back in the days in Miami. That's like 2007.
Wow.
Then we noticed that the release is coming out, and I was planning a trip to Budapest to meet with my good friend Shuma, great producer, by the way, great guy. Another guy we work with over there in the camp is Estion, Nicola. He's also a good friend of mine, and Anore, which is a big part of my career. Anore is always cool. Around, and he's one of my best friends. And by the way, no disrespect to anybody, but he's one of the best producers out there. Him and Darman, like, really, but Anore, I'm telling you, like, he helps me a lot when I'm on the road, when I cannot do it myself. He's always there for me. So we sat down and we did Regain with Oliver Elden's record label, El Deep, and that piano and sound evolved to be a lot in my other records. And when I heard that Alicia Keys, Swedish House Mafia, I'm like, yo, this can be great if we do it the same style, just newer drums, newer sound. So me and Shuma sat down, and we did it in 24 hours.
Wow.
It was in the end of August. Now, they released the record a week or two later.
Whoa.
When I saw that, we finished the record right away. And then I played in Kenya, in Nairobi. And I played it there for the first time. And the reaction was next level. And I'm like, this is a hit.
Yeah.
This is a big remix. So my manager Alex reached out to Max, who is the manager of the Swedish House Mafia, sent it to him, and he right away answered. I remember that I got a screenshot of the email. This is great. We're going to use that. But we didn't know what they mean by that.
Right.
I'm like, okay, they're going to use that. So we got super excited.
Yeah.
I'm like, no way. They really said that? Yeah. And I'm like, this is refreshing Afro, deep, like, this is cool, you know? Mm-hmm. And a couple of weeks later, he's like, yeah, we're going to release this. We're going to figure it out, something. And then week goes by, now we're like waiting, you know, like, oh, what's going on? What's happening? And then they hit us up and saying, hey, guys, we're going to use it for a campaign at Joint Stamps, which, by the way, you guys should check it out, Joint Stamps. Amazing. You guys find stamps from Axwell, Ingrosso. I just think they did a few other artists now. They gonna put stamps for you guys to remix, so you get a chance for a release. So I said, just go on there.
Cool. Join.
I'm not promoting it as a promoter. I'm not promoting the site as a promoter, but I'm promoting it because it's a great idea.
Cool.
And I think we were the first one. Our remix was the first one to be uploaded. We were like the first one, and it got so many hits. I got so many followers, so many people messaging me. When is it coming out? Now I don't know nothing. I don't know when it's coming out because as long as I know, they like it. I just don't know when it's coming out. And we finally got the email saying it's going to come out. And then they told us it's going to come out also with some other remixes from the site because they put it out over there to other people to try. And this is how it all happened. And Friday, November 1st, we got finally the confirmation that it's coming out. So the day before, we got very like shaky, like it's coming out.
Yeah.
And in the first 2 days, we're doing really amazing with the streams. We're getting a lot of love, support. Thank you guys for playing it, from streaming it. And, you know, you can ask, like, sometimes you just put a record out and this is what happened. Like, you just get the energy. And I feel like this record this specific remix will be a hit for a long time, like, as far as in the Afro world, and people are going to play it. And I see a lot of feedbacks and people, like, sending videos.
Yeah, well, even just going through, because it's like basically a compilation of remixes.
Yeah, there's 15 of them.
Yeah,
they're great.
It's
different styles. Like, everything is different.
Yeah, and no bias. Like, I went through a bunch of them, but I really enjoyed, like, yours, just the groove, the drum line, chord progression sounds
different
great.
Sound.
Yeah.
I don't like to be like that. Mine is the best. No, I'm kidding. It's great. You guys should check it out.
Record,
you guys, you know, it's up to you guys to decide if it's the best or not.
For sure. Man, you have an expansive catalog. I want to talk about 2 projects in recent times that I like and I'm playing a lot myself. I want to make sure I'm saying it right, but is it Sosa? Sosa. That's how you say it?
Sosa.
Dude, why I like this record so much is because I feel like, again, we speak about some of these topics often on my podcast, but I feel like there's a bit of a crossover now with like melodic techno and Afro, and the way this record hits. I mean, first of all, when you put like a Latin vocal on a song, I feel like it's just like an automatic win. It gives a vibe and a groove. But then, of course, it has an Afro groove, but again, those melodic elements just make it like a full package song. I feel like this is the sound right now, personally, that I like playing.
So this is the sound of Ale Ale from 3 years ago. Technically, it's the same vibe.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
That's
evolved,
the same vibe,
evolved for sure.
So Bermuda are good friends of mine from the Netherlands. I just played for them in Club Prime for my Other Side of the Moon showcase.
Oh, nice.
We just said, hey, let's do something together. And they sent me that vocal, which I really liked. I heard it before because it's a sample. Great sample. A few other guys used it. And I heard some other great mixes with that sample. And we were just playing around with it. They sent me a version and I really liked it. I'm like, you know what? That Ale Ale drums can work where it's more groovy, more big, with a little bit melodic. And we were back and forth actually with the stamps, sending each other, okay, let's fix this, let's fix that.
Nice.
And ended up being like that. Like it's a more big room track for sure. I don't really play it as much as I should. And I'll tell you why. This is my theory. If it's not my biggest one hit, or it's like one of the 5 top hits, I don't play them unless they're unreleased. If more than 10 people playing the record, I'm done playing it.
No way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
mindset.
I'll play it sometimes, but not in my shows. Like, of course, in my shows, but when I feel it. But if I have my set, it's what I go for.
It's not like a direct go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I played it, obviously, I played it before it was released in every show.
Yeah, yeah.
But now a lot of people playing it, so let them play it. Of course, if it grows more, I'll bring it back into my set, but now I'll let it grow.
Cool. Interesting mindset. Yeah, for me, it's like if I'm playing a warm-up set and I have to like bring up the energy a bit, or I feel like there's a lull in the room while I'm playing and I need something to like immediately bring people up, that's like a go-to for me right now.
Yeah, it's a banger.
Yeah.
It bangs the floor.
Dude, the other one is that I'm playing a lot right now. And again, I love it when a record can cross over from melodic techno to Afro. And speaking of Honoria again, it's a SoundCloud edit or remix that you guys put out. I think it's like an Argy or Anima.
Opera.
Yes.
Opera. This one, actually, there's a long story behind it. It was supposed to be released. We never released it. We gave it to like Mike at first. He loved it. He played it. We were going to do it, and then something happened. He passed on it. So the track is not really our sound because it's stronger vibe. It's very hard. Yeah. He was doing great on the downloads though. Like a lot of people, it was top 10, I think, on the downloads, on the free downloads. I played it before, like I said. And then when I put it out, I stopped playing it. So we did by the way, it was never RG edit. It was just the sample we got from Splice. And RG used it also, so we ended up just putting it like that because his song is well more known.
Yeah.
So and I love his sound. He's a great producer.
Cool.
So we're like, let's give him also the credit because nobody else used that vocal, and he's the only one. I don't want to just be like, okay, we use this. So we kind of like put it out as an edit with RG and Omi. I think that's the other producer.
That's it. Omnia. It wasn't Anima. Omnia. Cool.
So yeah, so we did it like that. Yeah.
Cool. Man,
I played it for a long time, by the way. I played it last year.
Oh yeah?
2023, I played it for so long. We just put it out now. For free. After a year and a half. But I've been playing it. If you go back in the old sets, you'll hear them.
Oh, cool. I feel like DJs like myself always appreciate that. It's nice to get like unreleased or like music that's not super common on Beatport and have like a couple exclusives.
So I believe in that too, to put few edits out a year.
I was gonna ask,
I have so much music that we work on, and it's good to give to the people back some exclusive edit that you can find on Beatport or on streaming.
Exactly.
And then and I believe in also, you want to get your music to the not always to the biggest guys. You want to give it to the resident DJs because they're the one who play every night. They're the one who's there in the club every night. You want them to play your song, so you want to give them. You want to give them the promos. Of course, if there's unreleased that you cannot share, you don't share. But if it's something that you can actually give it. If a local DJ or somebody that just started ask you for your song, give it to them. Like I said, if it's a major record that you know you're not allowed to give right now, I get it. It happens with me too. Like Madonna Record, we're not supposed to share. So we kept it very tight. But if it's other records that you know that they're good, of course, I believe in every record is a hit. And maybe it's going to hit or maybe not, but it's still a hit because you made it. It's yours. Yeah. Give it out. Let the people play it. Get the reaction, get the feedback, see what they feel about it. You can see that. I don't know how can I show it, but I get messages from random people, obviously always asking for the hits, but the ones that I cannot give, I say right away I cannot give, and then I hit him up with another one. I give him something else. I'm like, but hey, I can give you this one.
Ah, that's nice.
So at least, they understand that, okay, he could not give me this, but he gave me something that it's unreleased. It's not out there. So that's how I try to keep it. But the target is resident DJs around the world. By the way, that was also get you the gigs. Because the resident DJ will go to the club owner and say, I love his music. I played it the other night. It works. And they will bring you into the club. Ooh, think about that. Gem. I wish I knew that before my career started picking up. Because I would have used that. Of course, even today, I get it. Sometimes people tell me, I love your music. I want to book you in the club. But today, I have the managers and everything. But as a DJ that's starting, that have music, hit up the local DJs, man. Be friends with them. Help them. Because they are the one who running the club. They're running the show. And they'll go to the owner and say, hey, I want to book you. And you get the show.
Wow, that's a big gem right there.
And my target in the last 2 years were mainly to give for the resident local DJs the music. Of course, I love the support from the big guys. Yes. But they're already big.
Right. They're not going to get you more gigs necessarily. I mean, they'll
No, you never know. Because maybe one of the guys will pick you up to their label and then take you with them. Of course, it happens. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like resident DJs, local DJs, they are the one who playing your record every night. You need to appreciate them. When one of these DJs come to the DJ bus, say hi to you. Don't be ignore him. Be like, oh, nice to meet you. No, man. Hey, thank you for playing. I'm always trying to be nice to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a small world at the end of the day.
A lot of the time, also, people, you know, they play all the hits before I go on. You cannot get mad about it. It's part of their job. They're playing every night. They're playing those hits every night. You cannot change it. Of course, they should learn proper opening.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But they're playing every night. They're playing those hits, man. They're going to buy the one beat for one. When you come to the club, you play your hits. Of course, if somebody play my song, I'll get upset. I'll be like, hey, why are you playing before me? Don't do that. Yeah. Like, hey, please don't do that. Stupid, but if you play someone else hits, let him do it. You cannot stop that. And people complain about it. This guy plays all the commercial top 100 before me. Of course, that's all. That's what he have. That's what he do.
Yeah,
that's his job. He's there every night. You're not. You need to bring the next level. You need to come in with new sound, with something they never heard. So the next time they're going to hear it, your next record. So the next time he's going to play it. So by you ignoring the resident DJs and walking in, hey, I'm not going to talk to them. You're ruining it for yourself.
Wow.
Always give them a chance.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you that it didn't happen to me. I used to get mad sometimes too. I'm like, oh my God, they're playing all these hits and one after one. But then I learned that this is how the system works. He's playing there every night. Think about it. Mm-hmm. Okay, not every night, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He got to play those tunes, that top 10 beatport, that biggest hits. You cannot get mad. You got to play your best.
I like that mindset because I feel like there's a lot of criticism against opening DJs. Obviously, the opening DJ is a super important role and you have to do it right. And you don't want to over push or under push or anything like that. But I like how you're and a couple other people I spoke to too are giving more power back to the opening DJ. And it also makes you as the headliner, like, make sure you got some exclusives, bro.
For me, bro, if you play before me, do your best. Right. I want you to be at your best. Because then I'll go and I'll do the best. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is how you have to put yourself standards. You cannot get mad because he playing out the hottest tune and be like, oh, look, he's playing all the hits. So that's his job. He's a DJ too. Of course, back in the days, proper opening was play underground there. But back in the days, also people understood the music. Today, the music is mainstream. Not everybody understands it. People wants to hear the vocals, especially in the Afro world right now. I hear a lot of people saying Afro is dead. Afro is changing. Of course, it's becoming mainstream. You cannot stop that. So this is good. This is not a bad thing. This is giving more opportunity for more DJs from Africa, from the US, from everybody, from everywhere around the world. So Afro is not dead. Yes, there's pop Afro that it became mainstream. It's evolving. This is the business.
Wow, I love this mindset, bro.
Because if not, then that Afro sound, none of us will have jobs.
Yeah.
If that pop thing didn't happen in Afro, I don't think any of us would have work. Think about that. Because it got so big, clubs realized that it's more grown-up sound with some pop vocals on it. He gives you the benefit here. It's not against you. And I hear a lot of, I see online, I don't hear because I like to read a lot. And I read a lot of people complain, Afro is dead, Afro is not the same. Doesn't matter because it's growing.
Yeah.
I see it as the biggest genre next year. And I'm proud of it because I was there in the beginning. And when I hear another edit or another, this is how it happened with the EDM, and the EDM got so big. Because the edits so you cannot complain and say, okay, oh my God, they did it again. Why? Let them do it.
Who did it again?
Get it out there. Yeah. There's millions of people. The more listeners, the more music, the bigger you grow, the bigger you get, more people get shows.
Yeah, I love this mindset, man. It's like when they say, oh, this music's not underground anymore. I'm like, well, it's not underground because so many people fell in love with it and it got so popular. It's going mainstream. Like, it's evolution. Which
is a bit funny because the sound is not mainstream. The vocals are. Some of the sound a bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, true.
The sound is not mainstream.
Right.
If when you produce an Afro track, you use bongos, you use drums, you use drum kits, whatever, pianos, it's not really a mainstream sound.
True.
Even when it sounds poppy, it's still not poppy. It is, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It's refreshing to hear you think like this. Bro, I want to touch on one more project here under the production of under the category of production here. And we're starting to see some tags on Instagram. I actually asked you to send it, and he's truthful about this. He doesn't send out super tight records. It's this John Summit edit or remix that you're on. Could you let us know, please, what's going on with that project?
Am I even allowed to talk about it? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. So this one is an edit. It started as an edit for my sets with Honore and Purple. We just did it together.
Purple Miami?
Purple Miami.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. I didn't realize it was part of it too.
Honore, yeah, we did it. It was a good idea. Let's do it. And we did it together. It's one of the most favorite songs of last year for me, Where You Are. When I first heard it, I was like, wow, even though it's not my sound. And I love John. I love what he does. I respect him. He's a legend. Even though when we met, he's like, you're a legend. I'm like, no, you're a legend. And I see how big he became in the last few years. And I love that. I love to see people succeed. I love to see people when they're doing great.
Same.
And I played it. I don't remember where. And I tagged him. And he wrote me on Instagram right away. Dude, send it to me. And then I got a follow from John Summit. Wow, so I follow back. And I'm like, oh man, here. Yeah. And I give it to him. And he's like, this is good. And that's where he was like, that was it. But then, speaking of that, I get a video of John Summit playing Savaya in Bali last year with my song, and he puts a reel with my song, with my remix. And I see that, and I'm like, no way, did he really do that? And he literally played the song in a sold out on the terrace there. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And the video went viral quick, super quick. And then people commented, who record is that? So I saw that Honore and everybody started commenting, hey, we did it. And then at first, we didn't get much answers about releasing or anything. Like it was just, up there. And let's forward, we get more videos of John playing it. Yeah. Me, I play it in every show for a year and a half. Every show that I play, every single one of them, it's a bunker in my set.
Cool.
And then we got more videos and him playing it in Miami Music Week, Art Basel, recently in the Grammys spotlight. And then I get a message from him. Hey, man, we're going to release this.
Wow.
And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. And he put me in touch with his team.
Yeah.
They are great. They're really responsive. They talk. And they're like, okay, we're going to figure it out. Now he released an album. So they're pushing the album. Great album, by the way. If you like music, just listen to it.
Sweet.
And then they start releasing now remixes. So ours is on the way, coming out.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, would you say that it actually doesn't sound like it, but I was going to say, I was thinking maybe the Madonna release, because of something of that magnitude, puts you on a path of like just more and more big things happening. But it sounds like you're just staying active, making remixes, connecting with the right people, and it's just a combination of a Madonna release and you staying actively releasing and ambitious and hungry, that more big things continue to manifest for you.
Yeah, like I said, I share my love with everybody. Like my music is my love, so I share it. And I think you can just grow from here.
Yeah.
And don't think just because you have one hit, this is it. No, why? Keep going. Keep making hits. Do another one, because this music thing in 5 years is going to be different. You're going to need to focus on the next thing. So if you're a DJ and you love music, you're going to end up doing it.
For sure.
I changed genres throughout my life. In 20 years, I didn't play only Afro, even though I started as a tribal DJ. If you go listen to my stuff from 2000.
I heard, yeah.
And 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, at 2006, the first records I put out with my brother Darman were Tribal House. And we're back to the sound 20 years later. In between, we did some EDM, some progressive, some
like
tech
full
house.
Circle now.
But yeah.
Yeah. Cool, dude. Speaking of love, passion, energy, I want to talk about your performance as a DJ and when you're performing. I noticed like you're not super... I mean, everybody's different and each their own power and strength, but you're not engrossed in the decks. Of course, you're doing your thing, technically speaking, but you're very aware of the audience and you're pure high energy. I was curious. I feel that who we are in this moment always is derived and inspired by other people that we've seen growing up. Who do you think has influenced your style of performance, that high energy, always dancing, paying attention to the crowd? Can you recall any influences over the years or in recent times?
So I grew up listening to many DJs, and I feel like the energy back in the days, here's the story. When I first heard Tiesto, that was my... you know, I was 17, no, 15. My uncle took me to a club to see Tiesto. Cool. And I was not a DJ back then. Cool, I was just singing, dancing. I was a 15 years old kid. My dad owned the club. And that's when I started collecting records. I saw Tiesto playing, and he had that energy, and he was playing, and he was having fun. And I'm looking at the guy. You know, back then everybody wanted to be a lawyer, and I'm 15. Everyone wanted to be a, I don't know, firefighter, police, like cops, like everybody. And I'm standing there, and I see the guy, and I'm like, he's an entertainer. A DJ, obviously, but in a way, he's an entertainer. You're entertaining. Yeah. And he had a great energy. And I fell in love with music that day even more. And that was when I first heard the first album of Tiesto, Magic, and In Search of Sunrise. The first. Now he's a legend. Now he's a pop star. He's something else. It's not a DJ anymore. I cannot call it a DJ because he's in a different, complete level. Sure. And I think David Guetta said about it the other day. I saw in an interview where entertainers. Yeah. There's DJs and there are entertainers.
Super well put.
So I believe in that too. I believe that when you're a DJ, you got to entertain. Now, you got to read the crowd, too. You cannot just come and, okay, prepare a set before, and this is what I'm playing, and that's it. No, I don't prepare my sets. Of course, my opening song is my opening song, because this is what I open with. But then I go follow the crowd, follow the vibe, and see how it goes. And, of course, one song work more, one less. Don't be afraid. Keep trying. Keep going. And I believe in that. So with that being said, my energy comes from early days when I used to see all these DJs, Carl Cox, jumping in the DJ booth, like having fun. And I don't know if you remember Junkie XL back in the day, like Red Pill, Blue Pill. It was also like a lot of energy. Yeah. And like, you know, back old school DJs. That's and there was a period where after Tiesto, I started listening to Sonny Kleinberg back then, Global Underground, Deep Dish, James Abiela, like those guys. Those are the people. Steve Lawler. Those are the guys I actually used to listen to. That's where my Steve Lawler and those guys, like, that's the tribal sound back in the day. That why I started making music because of those sounds.
Wow, so cool, man. It's I find it so inspiring and interesting how like we as humans like see something that inspires us and gives us motivation, and it can impact how we move, our mannerisms, our characteristics.
And you want to share your journey in your way, so you learn from them, or you get the energy from them.
Yeah, and give it your own spin.
And then you're giving your own story,
cool,
your own journey, and then you pass it along to someone else.
Nice.
Someone else who want to do it too.
Cool. You've carved your own Eran Hersh identity. Inspired by legends. Cool, man. Dude, speaking of carving your own identity, we spoke about it a bit before. Social media is such an important tool now, how we market ourselves. And I feel like your social media is like your music production. Consistent output, always frequent, and high quality. How important is it to invest, in your opinion, in good quality content, albeit DJ videos of you performing? How huge and vital is it now?
So now it's probably the most important thing.
Wow.
And I'll tell you why. Because this is how you share your story with people, not just in music. And social media has been a big part of this in the last few years.
Yeah.
For many DJs, for many artists, not even for people's lives. Like, you know, you keep in contact with people through social media. Like, how many times you find yourself texting a friend from back in the days on social media, not on WhatsApp anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you connect with people like that.
Yeah.
And it's very important to put high quality content because you want people to look at it. You don't want to put just something there. People are not gonna. You want to attract people. It's like a selling point, I call it. It's like you're selling something, but you're really not. You're selling your story. You're selling your life. You're selling your journey. You want to show people how the show went. You want to show, but not too much.
Right.
So you show, but not too much.
Got it.
So I believe in that. It's just like music. Put out content. Push your social media. Believe in yourself. That's very important. And don't be afraid to do stuff. Try to take next. I always have this thing. What's next? Every day I think that. What's next? What's the next sound? What are we doing next? Like I have this thing. What's the next? Because before it was carousel posts. Now it's reels. What's next? So, you know, you evolved. And I believe in consistency, like I said. So if you do everything like that and you push and you work hard, it's going to happen for you, man. Nobody said it's going to be easy.
No one says it's going to be
Nothing is easy.
Fast,
it's just like any other job. You know, people work 9 to 5. Think about it. I'm traveling 7 days a week. That's like 9 to 5. I'm working 24 hours around the clock. I'm not home. I don't see my kids. I don't see my family, my wife. I don't see anybody.
Big sacrifice. I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah, so you got to understand. It's like a 9-to-5 job or more. You work more. Around the clock.
More for sure.
So social media, music, everything. It's if I'll say few, it's global. You cannot just sit.
Yeah, I mean, a 9-to-5, when you clock out, you clock out. I don't think there's much clocking out in this scene.
I said that's why I said it's more than 9-to-5.
Yeah.
Plus, you're away from family, you're away from friends.
Oh, man.
I don't remember the last time I talked to them on the phone. I don't remember when the last time I saw my best friends.
Wow. Sacrifice is real.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Not to mention my parents. I see them once a month.
Wow.
My kids I see because I go home. But my parents, it's hard.
You're on a mission, bro?
My brothers. I don't remember the last time I saw my brother.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out Darman.
The last time I think I saw Darman was in August.
Come on, that long?
Yeah.
Damn.
We played together in Washington. We both have careers. He's traveling. He's doing his own thing. Both of us have a artist career, DJ career.
Wow.
We do back-to-backs rarely, not as before, because it's always hard to travel.
Yeah.
And he's trying to have his own sound, his own career, like I said. So he has his own shows. I have my own shows, and sometimes we meet in shows. But it's hard. You don't see your family.
Wow, bro.
So unless you're really, really ready for this.
Yeah.
And I don't do it for the money, guys. I do it because I love music.
No doubt. The mission's bigger than you.
Of course, the money comes with, because it's the job.
Yeah.
But it's always been about the music. Not about the money. Not about social media.
Feel you.
If I wasn't a DJ, I probably wouldn't have social media.
I feel you. It can be exhausting. It's a lot.
Scrolling all day, trying to see.
Yeah. You think you go on to send a DM, next thing you're like 30 reels deep.
And I'll tell you, because you don't have so much time, but you have so much time. Think about it. You're alone all day long.
Mm-hmm.
It's rarely that of course, if you travel with a tour manager, but even with a tour manager, he's not with you 24 hours. Like everybody thinks he's your second. And no, he has his own life. He's in his room. He's in his own computer. That's the way it is. So you have to find a balance, but it's also hard because you're on the road. And okay, I have my laptop. I can make music. I can do mixes. How long can you be in a room doing that? Especially when it's not your house. You're not in your safe zone, your comfort zone.
Yeah.
In my studio, I can get a snack. You're in a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not ready for it, I don't suggest.
It's not all glitz and glamour, for sure. For sure. Dude, moving through the interview, got a few more questions here. You touched on something a few moments ago about self-belief, and I have a question for you. It's an interesting one. Why do you think all of this amazing stuff is happening for you right now? I mean, hard work aside, why do you think these blessings and all of these great things are happening for you on an ongoing basis? What do you believe in? What do you think all of this means?
Because I'm a good looking?
Well, that too. Jokes.
Karma, I would say. I always did good, even before my music career. Help family, friends. If they needed something, I was always there first. My parents, very important for me. When they had hard years, I was there for them. Like, I would give them everything. So I gave them everything. I would stay with nothing, so they have.
Wow. It's big.
And be a good person, man. Just be good. Of course, everybody has things to say and everything, but at the end of the day, you got to be a good person. I believe be a good person and you'll get good. And I think that's also what's paying off, is because I've been always trying to be nice to everybody, which some people take it in a wrong way. So they see me as a threat, and it happens. I lose some friends. The more big you get, the more friends you lose. That's true. And it's not always about talent. So it's also hard. It's mostly business. And this is where the hard part for me, because of course I'm a businessman, but I see it more personally. When people talk about me, I take it personally, and it's hard to get it out.
To separate that,
So back to your question is, I try to do good, always be good. Of course, in this industry, you can show off a little bit. It happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen to me. Hey, listen, I did big records. I'm not going to show off. Like, who's going to show off?
Yeah.
And like, let's say you played a big festival. Of course, you're going to tell everybody, hey, I did this great festival. I was headlining. I had fun. Some people take it in the wrong way. And I think the good things is like I said, good things come to good people. Good things come when you do good. And I think when you really look at the big picture of what I've been doing for all these years, I struggled so much in the beginning and I never gave up. So never give up.
Amazing.
Don't give up. Even on your worst day, when you think that it's impossible, have this small thing here, say never give up. And I still don't give up because there's a lot more for me to reach.
Feel you.
And I have a lot of visions that I want to get.
Cool.
And I will not give up until I get there. So I think all these things at the end of the day is because I never gave up. So everything happening.
Love it, man. Actually, that helps me segue into the last couple questions here for the conversation, man, being mindful of everybody's time. What's the ultimate B2B you want to have as a goal? Or the ultimate production collaboration you'd love to have in the future of your career?
You're not going to laugh?
I promise. I'm already starting to laugh, but I'll do my best, yeah.
If the people that knows me, they know what I want. I want to do a collab with Justin Bieber.
Bro, that's huge. He's an icon of this era.
Him is like my goal, to do a collaboration with Justin.
Nice.
I love his voice. I think he's great. He's a great artist.
Yeah.
Always loved his music. And if there's something like I said, Madonna was huge, of course. But if there's something Michael Jackson would have been the one, but we cannot bring him back.
Of course.
Justin Bieber would be the one that I'll definitely want to do a record with. Hopefully it will happen one day.
Yeah.
But he's the one.
Speak it into existence. Bro.
Now, as far as back-to-back,
to
do back-to-back, the legend, Black Coffee.
Ooh,
who else you want to do back-to-back when it comes to this sound?
Cool.
It would have been, and he's been a big supporter in my records. He's recently, since the summer, been supporting Africa with Morassi and Zaira.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's on his playlist, it's on his shows, he's been playing it everywhere. So, of course, back-to-back with him will be the...
Wow, dude.
Up there.
I pray you achieve both of those, man. So far, you've manifested some great things into your life, and I'm sure you'll get these at the right time, all in good timing. Dude, last question of the day. I like to always ask this because I feel that there's going to be a majority of up-and-coming artists and producers watching the podcast. So imagine there's a DJ producer, both, out there right now. He's playing a couple local residencies, might have a couple releases on some small labels, but he or she is trying to break through that next threshold and get on the road, be touring more, have his fees increase, all of this stuff, not from a place of ego, but to just excel and evolve. Are there a few pieces of advice you give him to break to that next international level?
100%. Work hard, consistency, believe in yourself, never give up. Keep doing what you're doing. And it will come. For sure it will come. It happened to me, guys. It did. I never gave up. 20 years I was a local DJ. 20 years I was struggling to get bigger shows.
Wow.
20 years. Empty rooms, clubs, bars, restaurants.
20 years of that.
I almost gave up. I told you, in one point I almost gave up. I was like, I can't. And then the second I kept pushing, it happened.
Wow.
So that's the best advice I can give you. Keep doing it. Keep releasing. Keep being out there. Keep putting new content. And another thing is respect each other. Respect your DJ friends. Respect the other DJs. If you need to support somebody, support. Buy their music. Stream their music. Share the music.
Wow, love it. Love it.
And it'll come back to you.
Wow. Powerful episode. Dude, appreciate you being here.
Always, man.
Love and respect.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad I caught you in this short window that you're here. Nothing official, but we're going to try and get you back here next year.
Yes, for sure.
Bali, love and support always. Guys, appreciate you watching. Brodie Nero TV. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.